Welcome back to the JPG channel, value-added content to enhance your property experience in Jamaica. I'm Mike Johnson, and I'm speaking with Attorney at Law Georgette Stewart Harrison from the Land Administration Management Division at the National Land Agency. In this episode, we're looking at transactions under the Special Provisions Act, including waiver of subdivisions, surveys, and special project areas.
The Special Provisions Act allows um, an individual to do an application to the minister to ask for a waiver of subdivision.
Right.
Remember, I said to you that if you're cutting off a piece of land from a bigger piece of land,
Yeah.
you're required to pay a surveyor and then have the matter go to parish council, which could take years because the parish council really has to send it to all the different agencies and then for them to give you terms on which you can actually have the approval. So the typical subdivision approval comes with conditions from the parish council, and these conditions, you have to have roadway certain length, you need to have light, you need to have water, you need to have sewage disposal, and it is necessary because if those things are not in place, what you find are developments coming up and not being properly put in place. So you have people living and then you realize they don't have road, they don't have sewage, they don't. So you have those kind of problems. So it is still very relevant to get the subdivision approval. In order to bring the action, there are two ways that you can actually benefit under the Special Provisions Act. If you fall within the jurisdiction of the Land Administration Management Division, which is St. Catherine, St. Thomas, Portland, and St. Mary, then you can come to our office here at 8 Arden Road, and our customer service officers will assist you in opening up a file, we prepare the documents and everything for you, and you'll get the benefits. Those are the only persons who can come directly to us. We have 20 staff members, and that's 4 parishes. For the rest of the island, we have an agreement with this private entity called Geoland. Geoland is a group of attorneys who do the same thing for you guys at a reduced legal cost. So they don't charge as high as the regular attorneys out there. And then when you go through them, you get the benefits under the Special Provisions Act. So that's one way to do it. Or you can go through your attorneys. So we also have an agreement with our attorneys at law where we certify them, we train them, we certify them. So once you're a certified attorney, you can also bring your client's matters through us. So your attorney will prepare the documents. All we do at LAM is to certify it for them. And once title office sees that certification on the back of those documents, they get the reduction in costs. What are the reductions in costs I'm talking about? So in the past, when you lodge the document, well, if you were to go the regular route of lodging under the Registration of Titles Act, registration fee is 1% of the value of the property. So say the property is $10 million, you're looking at registration of fee of $100,000, right? We pay assurance fee, which is 5% of that, which will be another 50,000. We pay for the title, which the calculation is roughly another 100,000. If you go under the Registration of Titles Act strictly. If you go under the Special Provisions Act, that same land, you no longer have to pay on the value of the land. What you pay is on the value of the tax roll. So a property that values $10 million on the tax roll may very well be $1.5 million. So the calculation would be on $1.5 million as opposed to $10 million. And so what you'll see is roughly a saving. Instead of you paying $100,000 for registration fee, you'll probably pay $5,000. Right.
You mentioned that, sorry, cut you. You mentioned that this new legislation doesn't supersede the old one, but it's an alternative. Who determines which one I go under? Can I say I want to go under the new rule, or is that?
Yes, you can, and that's where your attorney is coming because they're to guide you in terms of going under the one that's cheaper for you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and more effective, the one that's more effective. Now you may have a client, for example, who comes to you, and when the client comes to you, they have the documentation, proof of good root of title. So you'd still do the application, you'd still send the application to the referee, right? But they can still get the benefit of the waiver of fees under the Special Provisions Act. And as I said, the basis on which that can be done, the attorney needs to be a certified attorney, or you need to bring the matter to Geoland. So Geoland, as I said, would be responsible for any parish other than those 4 parishes that you need: Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, Trelawney, back to St. Anne, right? Or those persons who fall within the eastern side would come directly to us.
Yeah.
Another benefit is, as I said, we do also do clarification. So say, for example, you fall within the special provisions area and you want to add a beneficiary to your title, you want to add your wife or your children. Stamp duty is normally 2%. And so if you have a property that values a lot, that may be a deterrent. You have a property that values $20 million, you're looking at $200,000 to add, somebody. While if you have the matter referred through land, you could actually get a waiver of transfer tax. No, it doesn't mean you don't pay any money at all, because land will charge you a fee to process that waiver.
Yeah.
But it will definitely be cheaper than you paying the full transfer tax. So let's look at the survey. Those persons who fall within the parishes that have cadastral maps don't no longer need to do a survey. We don't have a lot of those, because the truth is that those places would have been St. Catherine and some parts of St. Elizabeth and Manchester. Not all the island was done. The Special Provisions Act also allows the minister, and the minister, by the way, is our prime minister right now, allows the prime minister to declare parishes as project areas. Once a parish is declared as a project area, it allows persons who live in that area to get the benefit under the Special Provisions Act. So far, all of Jamaica has been declared, save and except for Kingston and parts of St. Andrew and Portmore, right? And that is because to some level they would have already have a high level of registration in those areas, right? And because of the value of the properties in those areas, the high cost of transfer tax, if we were to go give those waivers, wouldn't necessarily benefit the persons who we want to benefit.
We said earlier on, it's important that you go to your attorney who will be aware of the different, platforms, different channels you can use. But not all attorneys are the same. What specialist knowledge or area does my attorney need to be practicing in to be able to guide me through this? Is it in land administration or what have you, as opposed to a general attorney? I'm trying to short circuit the system as best as I can and making sure I'm going to the right person who can really help me here.
So let me start off by saying that our attorneys here in Jamaica are trained, but we're trained to do all kinds of law. So we're not specialized in any particular area. In fact, our general legal counsel prohibits us from declaring that we are specialists in any particular area.
Right, okay.
But there are attorneys who do special work, and that's the reality. There are attorneys who are noted to specialize in accident matters. There are attorneys who are noted to specialize in criminal matters. There are attorneys who are noted to specialize in conveyancing. Their practice is primarily land matters, conveyancing, administration, anything to do with land and people, surrounding land and beneficiaries. So just like any when you're seeking advice, you'll go to the person who specializes in a particular area. I think it's only fair that person should go to people who take time to do those particular things. So if you know that somebody's practice is generally criminal law, and that person is always at court, and or they're court lawyers, it means that there's nobody there at the office to draft your document. Probably that a secretary is drafting your document, and an drafting your document, and so you will have to shop around. I tell my clients, shop around. The truth is that all attorneys do have the capability and the capacity to do conveyancing. The National Land Agency offers a conveyancing course every year that in detail tells them goes to the different applications, At Land Administration Management Division, we offer a course, and it's for free right now to the attorneys. A whole day course where we literally teach them how to draft the document, how to prepare the document, what to look for, and we certify them at the end of the day. So there is room to allow an attorney who is interested in learning about the alternatives in the best thing for their clients. There are things in place to allow for them to be able to specialize if they choose to.
Okay, all right. We're wrapping up soon, Georgia, but just remind me again those specialist areas right now, because not the whole country is included in this new initiative right now. Whereabouts? I know St. Catherine is mentioned. Where else?
Right. So for Land Administration Management Division, this division here, we allow persons to come directly to us if they are in St. Catherine, St. Thomas,
yeah,
St. Mary, and Portland.
Right.
Okay. I just also want to mention too that under the Special Provisions Act, the government is embarking on what is called systematic registration. So systematic registration is another division, not my division. It's actually the Education Services Division that undertakes that. But their role is to go into a particular parish at a time and basically systematically give everyone in that area a registered title. And so I know that they have been in parts of St. Catherine. They were in St. Elizabeth. They are now in part of Manchester. And they're only in sections where the cadastral mappings are in place, because as I indicated, if the maps are in place, then the government will send the lawyers out to you door by door to prepare the documents for you. And that's what they have been doing. Prepare the document, prepare the application, put in everything for you, and you don't have to pay until afterwards. So the title will be issued in your name, a caveat will be put on the title, and then you can work with a payment plan in terms of paying back for the cost, like $100 and something thousand, which again is way cheaper than if they were to go the normal route. So there's systematic registration that is happening right now at the National Land Agencies, and there's ad hoc. Ad hoc is where we fall at Land Administration Management Division. In other words, if you don't come to us, we can't help you. You have to come into us for us to help you. Right?
So let me make sure I'm getting you right. So they're not just going to come and give me a title. I'd have to apply somewhere before to say I want title for this area of land that I have here.
Right.
You know, and then they will make that process is made a lot easier by them visiting the parish and doing those things that you mentioned.
So I just want to say, in terms of the parishes that I indicated, Portland, St. Mary, St. Thomas, and St. Catherine, that we do go out to those parishes once per month, the last week of every month. So for those persons who don't want to take the bus to come to Kingston to aid Island Road, we will come to you. We come to you every month. Our officers or lawyers or paralegals, they come out and take the information and open files for you. So in Portland, we're there on a Monday at the National Land Agency office. And St. Thomas, we're there on Tuesday at the National Land Agency office. And they'll see the big sign, so they can't miss it. On Wednesday, we're in St. Catherine at Linstead at the RADA office. And on Thursdays, we're in St. Mary at the Port Maria Baptist Church on Thursdays, once per month.
Just out of curiosity, these areas that you've mentioned in here, is it because they have a large amount of unregistered land?
That is definitely why we are focusing on them.
I'd like to thank my guest, Attorney at Law Georgette Stewart Harrison from the Land Administration Management Division at the National Land Agency, for her insightful answers. Please remember to like, comment, and share this video, and also to subscribe for future videos. Visit our website at jamaicapropertygateway.com to see how we can impact your Jamaica property experience. Until next time, take care.